Hey people, it is Monday, January the 29th. The time is 5:40 in the late afternoon. It's currently around 2 degrees Celsius. And I'm walking north on Bay Street, just crossing Front Street. This is a rush hour, a Monday rush hour, which is not as busy these days as rush hours on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, due to the fact that a lot of people choose to work from home on Mondays, especially those who work in the financial district, which we currently are in. I thought I'd just take a walk around downtown on a clear Monday. There's no clouds today. The sun was out earlier in the day. Sunset is upon us now, but it's still a very pleasant, cloudless day. And I did get out a bit earlier as well to get some proper sunlight. It feels like it's been weeks since I last saw the sun.
Or what do you like better?
I don't really have a route plan for this walk. I thought I'd just take in the sights and sounds of downtown. Maybe we'll walk up to Nathan Phillips Square. And I'll check out Yonge and Dundas. Maybe take a peek inside the Eaton Center as well, since we're in the area. And all these people are rushing south down to Union Station, trying to catch their GO trains. We're about an hour past the peak rush hour time for commuters rushing to Union Station. Usually around 4:30 is when things are at their busiest here on Bay Street. And the patented Ken Continuum 360 skyscraper pan around. We're at King and Bay. They have two traffic enforcers here. Toronto Dominion Centre. I just love looking at all the skyscrapers walking north here on Bay. And we're at Adelaide Street. It's the St. Regis Hotel that used to be the Trump Tower. And the Northern Ontario building. Nice old historic office building. Being from Northern Ontario originally, I always smile when I walk past that one. The very big city steam gushing out of manholes look over here. And on this side too, this is Temperance Street. Yeah, looks like we're going to walk through a geyser of steam right up ahead also. See someone emerging from it. Will I survive the steam? Woo! It's quite warm. Crossing Richmond Street. Old City Hall straight ahead. It's getting close to 6 o'clock. The clock tower at Old City Hall there is actually taller than the Peace Tower in Ottawa and taller than the Elizabeth Tower in London, England, which most people call Big Ben. I think Big Ben refers to the clock or the bell, and not the tower itself. And crossing Queen. All right, let's check out Nathan Phillips Square. hear music playing over at the skating rink. Sounds like Queen. I'll try to talk over this as I walk past the rink here. This is Toronto City Hall and Nathan Phillips Square, and the rink over there is fairly busy right now. It's not as busy as I've seen it on some other nights, much colder than this, surprisingly. You think on a warmer evening it'd be a lot busier, but it's still pretty early. Imagine in the next couple of hours more people will show up to enjoy the mild winter evening here. Certainly enough people, though, enjoying it. And I'm talking over Queen because that's what you got to do to avoid a copyright claim. As much as I like this song, I have to talk over it. That's just the life of a walk-tuber. Copyright music is our nemesis and our biggest enemy. There's a look south to the financial district as the big refrain comes in near the end of the song. So we're going to head north here through the square, and I'll head back onto Bay Street in a moment. Maybe I'll cross right here just to get away from that music a bit sooner. Maybe I will try to run away from Freddie Mercury's powerful voice. Even a few seconds of a popular copyright song can get you a copyright claim. And when that happens, the copyright owner gets the revenue, the ad revenue from that video, and not the YouTuber who made the video. It's quite an annoying situation all around. Let's head into Trinity Square. I'll get off this part of Bay Street, which I really don't enjoy. It's my least favorite part of Bay Street. Trinity Square is much nicer, and there's an entrance to the Eaton Center. And here's the Trinity Church. There was a popular band from Toronto called the Cowboy Junkies, who were very well known for a while in the maybe late 80s and early 90s. And I think their most popular album was recorded inside this church. called the Trinity Sessions, I believe, is the name of that album. The Church of the Holy Trinity, established 1847. And their biggest hit song, I think, was Sweet Jane. I don't know if they were known outside of Canada. I don't think they were, really. But definitely very popular in this country, and especially in Toronto. Here's another little building. I've never really taken note of this one. I guess this is the residence of the Reverend of the church. We're in the mall. I won't walk us through the mall. I've done that quite a bit recently, if you're interested though. Several recent videos. The Galleria glass roof is being replaced up in this end of the mall. Further to the south though, it is complete. We'll just head out onto Yonge Street here. And I believe this is the location of the viral video from 2010 with the "Why Are You Closed" guy. I don't know if many of my viewers are familiar with that video, but it was very popular. 2010 during the G20 riots, which took place in Toronto. There was a man who wanted to go shopping in the Eaton Centre, but security had locked the doors since there was some rioting taking place around downtown during the G20. And this man was very displeased that he couldn't go in and shop. I don't know if it's still on YouTube. I haven't looked it up in a while, but it was just titled "Why Are You Closed?" All right, we're at Yonge Street. Almost at Yonge and Dundas. There's Dundas Square across the street. hear a subway passing underneath. Some comic books. Ooh, and something smells very bad. Check out some of the always busy activity here at Yonge and Dundas.
Walk sign is on for all crossings. Walk sign is on for all crossings.
And I'm standing on the spot where the Believe guy usually stands. Guess he's taking the day off today. I'm surprised there's no reserved sign here. This is his spot as long as I can remember, going back well before I ever moved to Toronto. There's the entrance to Little Canada, a very cool attraction with miniature cityscapes of cities and towns across Canada, with working railways and busy expressways, and lots of very tiny little people scurrying around. I think this is a new place that just opened fairly recently. And that food market across the street is always busy. And there's the Toronto Metropolitan University Student Learning Center. That's on the site of what was once Sam the Record Man. Very famous record store on the Yonge Street Strip. That was one of many record stores strung along this part of Yonge Street. Sam the Record Man was known for its big neon spinning discs to records side by side. And that neon spinning disc sign has been relocated over to Yonge and Dundas on top of a building. So it still lives on. Something new is coming here. A retail store. This car is determined to make its turn here. And a couple of new skyscrapers are coming to this section of Yonge Street as well. We're currently walking past the site of a future 69-story tower. Just getting underway. And across the street, a future 85-story building is a bit further along. It's just starting to make its way above ground now. So it'll probably take a couple of years before that's topped out. And there's the Zanzibar Strip Club. Kanji Queen. This is a fairly recent addition to this part of Yonge Street. I think that was once the location of a Swiss chalet. A souvenir store. There's still a few of these old school souvenir shops along Yonge Street. Not as many as there once were, though. The character of Yonge Street has changed quite a lot over the last 10 to 15 years. It's becoming a lot more restaurant heavy, especially north of College. And many of those restaurants are Asian restaurants. And here's Gerard and Yonge, the site of the urban format downtown IKEA store at the base of the Aura condo tower. That's a 78-story residential tower. For now, the tallest residential building in the city, but literally right across the street, as I mentioned, this one will surpass it. And there are two other ones under construction, also on Yonge Street at either end of downtown Yonge, which will also surpass the Aura. One at Yonge and Bloor will be 91 stories, and one at Yonge and Queens Quay will be 105 stories. The sidewalks are quite wide here, so there's really no sidewalk etiquette. People just walk in the path of least resistance for the most part. So you kind of have to weave and make your way around people from all sides. Up ahead is Yonge and College, but right here is College Park. So I think I'll head into the park here. And maybe we'll head to the Barbara Ann Scott skating rink, or oval. Or I guess it's ice trail. Barbara Ann Scott Ice Trail. And we'll take a look at some of the skaters as I wrap up the walk. So I hope you enjoyed the rush hour walk on a clear and pleasant Monday late afternoon into the evening around downtown Toronto. We walked through a bit of the financial district and made our way through Nathan Phillips Square and tried to avoid getting a copyright claim. And then quick shortcut through the Eaton Centre to Yonge Street and up through Yonge and Dundas here to College Park. Very lively downtown right now on this very pleasant day. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal as well as via my merch store. And you can also become a channel member, or you can send a super thanks if you'd prefer to support the channel in those ways. And you can find me on Instagram under K Continuum. And that little guy just learning how to skate. Keep it up. You'll get it. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.